Okay, this is another work with the Tennessee Walker, and I'll show you. You can see the stall over there, and I don't want these horses reaching across the stall and making contact and crowding into that stall door. Being pushy starts well before you put the halter on them. It becomes a mindset. So what we're going to do with this horse is, before I go in that stall, he's gonna back up a step. He's already looking. See how he backed up? That's the start of being pushy. Very start. You see how he's going to reach across this stall door and institute contact? He can't do that. Not if you don't want him to push on that out here in the world. It has to start right here. He doesn't get to reach across there. I get to go catch him and then pet him. Right now he needs to get back. Just like that. I didn't hit him. I took my flag and I banged on the stall door there. Now we'll let him come up to us on our terms. Much better. But if you let these horses reach across the stall door and bump into you, there's a pretty good chance they're going to reach across everywhere and bump into you anytime they want to. And it wasn't nothing physical. I'm going to back him up a couple steps before I take him out. Now I'll bring him out. And he'll wait for me. Just wait. That's all he has to do. Now I'll send him across here. I'm going to back him up. Wherever I go, it ought to be the place that he doesn't go. What I mean by that is, he doesn't get to institute contact. If he doesn't get to institute contact, he ceases to become pushy and he gets more pets. I'm going to reward him for not rubbing on me. A lot. Now I'm going to back him up again, left and right, a couple steps. Now I don't want this to mean anything other than stand still and get petted. Now see how he's reaching into me and making me feel like he's crowding in? He can back up a couple more steps and he can enjoy his life, really enjoy life, by getting petted all the time 2 feet further away from me than he was. He doesn't have to be crowding into me or ignoring me. Now I'm going to pet him. Lots of pets. Unless you figure out a better place for a horse to be mentally, physically, and emotionally, just beating on him is not the answer to fixing him. And he took off walking, so I backed him up. You didn't see it, but I changed his mind. If we're going to fix a behavior, we have to substitute a different behavior, or all we're doing is punishing. And that ain't how you teach anything, left and right. Now that substitute behavior was him following the field, not touching me. He's creeping again. He thinks he needs to be closer to me. I'm just going to reinforce that he doesn't need to be, and we're going to do this until we don't have to do it anymore. Lots of pets. And then you can go up and pet him with your hand. Rub that jaw. Put your fingers in his mouth. Drop his head down. Relaxing. Yeah. Relaxing. That's the key. We want him relaxed, doing a behavior that's mutually beneficial to both of us. Now we've got a big ball right here. All this ball is a focus point for him. I want him to pay attention to me. There's my legs. We're going to let him walk around the ball. Now I'm going to back him off the ball. I need another step. There. I'm going to reach across the ball and pet him. He has a really, really curious and active mind. And I'm not trying to take that away from him. What I'm trying to let him know, now we're going to let him touch the ball. But what I'm trying to let him know is we get to control his mind and his feet. He doesn't just take over and do what he wants to. That's dangerous. He's big. And as he gets better and better practiced at pushing on us, he will get better and better at pushing on us. If he got better and better at not pushing into us, one day he would never push into us. So we would walk up to him and pet him, love on him. When we're done doing that, we could take a step back and he would stay. That's what we're trying to get done. We're trying to replace a behavior with a better behavior. That's how you work on most troubles. I'm going to bring this ball over here. Now what we're going to do with the ball, he needs to be more aware and step away from me. We're going to back him around this ball. This is him yielding ground. And even though he's a Tennessee walker, he still has the capability of backing up. And I'm not going to let him push into me. As a matter of fact, this is the opposite of pushing into me. I'm not beating on him. I'm keeping my face out of the way, so if he slings his head, I don't get hit. But we're going to back around this ball until it's easy for him to yield to us. I just want it to be easy for him. If it's easy for him to yield to us, he would never think about pushing into us or rubbing on us. I'm not using the flag, I'm using my altar the best I can. And he can back up and not be offended, and then get petted for backing up, yielding to us. Now we're going to do another little thing with him. If this flag is a representation of our legs, we're going to make him go forward. And if you'll notice, I didn't pull on him. I just put my legs on him. Now, put my legs on him. He doesn't get to stop. He doesn't get to dictate direction or speed. I'm going to keep tapping until he goes forward. There, real simple. He didn't like that much. That's okay. He goes until I ask him to not go. He doesn't want to walk through between those two balls there. He got over it. I want him to just keep doing this till it's easy. Why is this helping us with the pushy horse? Because he doesn't get to decide to stop. He doesn't get to dictate direction and speed. There. Now we're going to put a fly in the ointment. If his job is to read our intentions, and our job is to teach him how to read our intentions, I'm going to take the same flag that made him go, and I'm going to stop him with it by changing my mind. I'm going to change my mind to stop right now. I'm going to keep tapping him. I'm reinforcing my thought with my leg here, if you will. Just lightly tapping him. When he stopped, I petted him. He doesn't get to look away. Now I'm going to ask him to go again by changing my mind. I changed my mind to go, and I'm going to reinforce that thought with my leg. He's going. Leave him alone. He has to participate in this little project. He doesn't get to stop. Now I'm going to change my mind to stop. I've changed my mind to stop, and I'm going to reinforce that thought with my leg. Same thing that made him go. Now he's got to figure out, how do I get this guy to leave me alone? I get him to leave me alone because I stayed mentally present with him. And now I can learn to read his intentions. We're going to take him the other way. There, good. Now I just want him to walk, and he's walking, so I'm not going to hit him. Now I'm thinking walk. He doesn't get to stop. Now I'm going to change my mind to stop. And I'm going to reinforce my thoughts with the flag. Now I'm going to ask him to go again. There. My thought was go. And I reinforced that thought with my flag. Now my mind is on stop, and I'm going to reinforce my mind with the same thing that made him go. Just lightly tapping him, but I'm thinking stop. I am thinking stop. Now he has to be engaged with us in order to figure out how to get me to quit doing this. We got all day. I'm not beating on him, I'm just tapping him. This tapping does not mean go. This tapping means stop, because I'm thinking stop. He has to learn to read my intentions. You got all day. When he stopped, I pet him. And how does this work? I changed my mind before I ask him to do something. Reading my intentions. It's the cornerstone to getting a horse to treat you so they can coexist with you. Just like they would with two horses. Now I want him to go. He's going to step over, he's going to go. But before I hit him with the flag, I changed my mind to go. Now I'm going to change my mind to stop. I'm just going to tap him with the flag until he stops. We got all day. There, he stopped. And I didn't pull on him. Now I'll back him up and I'll pet him. And if he's a little bit worried about that, we quit working what we're working on and we get him to where he's not worried about that. But he has to be able to read our intentions. Just like this horse could read its mother's intentions when it was a baby, it can read our intentions when it's grown. Big breath. And he's not rubbing on us, and he's not moving around. We're just going to keep doing this for the rest of the week. Anything I can do to get him to relax and stand still and not touch me and focus on me, God's pet. He likes being petted. Very nice. Now I'm going to take him into his stall. And I'm going to tie him up for a little bit while I work another horse. Working on patience. Working on patience. So when I take him into his stall, he's got to back up. We're going to bring him over here. We're going to send him around. I'm going to yield him. And back him into his stall. He has to trust me. This is hard work for him. I get that. But remember, we're teaching patience, follow the feel, read my intentions, don't push into us. We're working on a lot of different things at the same time. And then we'll get him. Want your horse to not push on you, if you want your horse to not rub on you, if you want your horse to pay attention to you, they have to practice it. It's not an act of violence. It's just different response to stimulus. And don't forget to pet them. Reward the slightest try. Educate the ignorance. Ignorance isn't a bad word. Ignorance is lack of knowledge. And your horses get good at what they practice. So if your horse is pushing on you, they've been practicing pushing on you. You didn't see me hit him and whack him. Yeah, he didn't get punished for pushing on me. I'm showing him that if he follows the feel and reads my intentions, he gets a lot of pets. And that's the secret. Replace the bad behavior with the good behavior pretty quick. There's no bad behavior. But you have to have something to replace it with. You just can't beat on them. That don't work. If you're getting anything out of these videos, please, if you're watching them on YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Equine Kindergarten. Hit like and share. None of that stuff costs a penny. If you're watching these videos on Facebook, follow me on Facebook, Butch Mowdy. And once again, like and share. And none of that stuff costs a penny. But it makes it easier to find the video that you want to find. And if you want to support me, you could hit subscribe on my Facebook channel. I think it costs a couple bucks a month. It's up to you. I put a lot of videos on my Facebook channel that I don't post on YouTube. I just post it on my subscriber channel. And if you want to see those videos, yeah, it'll cost you a couple bucks a month. But if you're getting anything out of them, any options might be something you're interested in. I sure appreciate it, and thank you for your time. Bye.